You want to know why Canelo can walk down any fighter and always can close the gap without even getting hit? Well, I'm going to explain to you exactly how he does it with this little tutorial that's going to enlighten you, and it's going to make you want to go to the gym right now. This is the secrets behind walking a man down. In Southpaws, you're going to love this tutorial. Southpaws have a lot of trouble closing the gap when they fight. You see them always fight at distance, long range, mid-range every once in a while. But for the most part, most Southpaws that you see depend on that straight left. The reason why they can't close the gap is because they don't understand the footwork that it takes and the mechanics. So today I'm going to show you the footwork that a southpaw would use to close the gap on a fighter. You see below is a tutorial on this footwork. Now the footwork for closing the gap is going to teach you not only to close the gap, but to keep your head off the line at the exact same time so you don't get caught with a straight punch. A number two will knock you out if you're walking forward. So you have to learn how to move your feet and move your head off the line simultaneously, and that's what this drill is for. Southpaws, you're gonna love it. Conventional fighters, you're gonna absolutely love it. This is what we call the grunt walk, introduced by guys who have flavor in their footwork, like Jersey Joe Walcott, 𝗕𝗏𝗵𝗵𝗁 𝗪𝗏, the Camden Buzzsaw, the great James Toney, and one of the top Mexican fighters of all time, Canelo Alvarez, loves utilizing this. This is how he closes the gap on each and every lone fighter that he faces without any trouble. So here's what we call the grunt walk. This technique will help you. Now, when I'm telling you, you have to learn a new mechanic. So instead of working from the balls of your feet like you're taught to in boxing, you're gonna learn how to walk heel toe. And this mechanic will help you roll, stay balanced, stay strong, and grind your opponent down. Here's a little 30-second tutorial. Now when you get back, I'm going to show you phase 2 of this, so check it out.
When executing the grunt walk, your objective is to keep the body moving in a fluid motion, keeping your head off the line and walking forward, delivering pressure. From that point, your objective is to do it as a unit, making sure everybody has the same algorithm. You do want to continue moving, starting heel to toe with your forward progressive walk. This will help improve the steadiness of your press as you're walking your opponent down. Hands directly in front of the face. Be sure to keep your head slipping left to right. Never allow it to stay steady on the front line. This is imperative.
Now, as you see with the mechanics, I make it look so easy, but it's a lot more to it. This isn't about skills. Skills is cool, but this is craft. This is what happens when you get past skills and techniques and skills and sets. You go to level 3 of boxing of the 4 levels, and level 3 is unconventional styles of boxing. These are different mechanics. These are crafts. These are the things that tear skills down. That's why when you have a highly skilled fighter, speed beats power, timing beats speed, great footwork, accuracy, and timing eliminate everything. So the movement of the shoulders, before you used to learn to bob and weave. Now this is consistent rolling. This is a pattern. Everything is in sequence. And there's a lateral method of doing it. Forward. You don't take back steps when you're on the grunt walk because you're walking your opposition down. And what happens when you walk this guy down? You walk them down and you break them mentally. This is the grunt walk, brought to you by the great Jersey Joe Walcott and 𝗙𝗏𝗄𝗏, the old mongoose 𝗪𝗏. See, muscle memory is what you have to acquire in order to carry out your skills and techniques throughout a fight. This is what you do 52 weeks out of the year. This is how you develop that. Now, pro tip. Fight strategy is defined over the course of a 6-week training camp using the actual muscle memory that you've been developing all year. It's not to go to camp and learn it then. It's redefining what you've learned. And that is what you call fight strategy. This is how you obtain that. So there are two parts. You see, one actually builds the muscle memory, and the other redefines your strategy and your ability to execute that inside of the boxing ring. Now, the final thing is making sure that you execute the amount of time that it takes to acquire the muscle memory. That's why you do have 52 weeks to develop. You don't try to learn new things in your camp. You do those things prior to camp. When you go into camp, you're ready to execute. That gives you the edge. If you want to define your muscle memory and have fight strategy, we'll post these links in the description of the video. Or if you're on Facebook or Instagram, you can just type the word 𝗙𝗵𝗵𝗵. And I'm going to keep it 100. You're not going to learn this overnight, but you are going to learn it right. This is great. I love this skill.
I didn't know that there was that many elements to the 𝗙𝗵𝗵𝗵. Because when people see the 𝗙𝗵𝗵𝗵, only thing they see is rolling the shoulder. It's just rolling the shoulder. But learning all those different elements in the 𝗙𝗵𝗵𝗵, I was very surprised that it was more than what I thought it was. Because at first I was just like them other guys. I just thought it was just a rolling shoulder. You catch here, you catch here, you catch here, you catch here. But learning, like I said before, learning different mechanics. If you actually watch our videos, a lot of people don't see how I be catching uppercuts. I didn't even know how to catch uppercuts until I started doing the 𝗙𝗵𝗵𝗵, and I started learning the different mechanics in the 𝗙𝗵𝗵𝗵. So once I learned how to do the mechanics in the 𝗙𝗵𝗵𝗵, which we do that every day. It's just not maybe 3 hours in the gym. No, it's every day, like more than 6 hours of training.
I feel like it adds another element to my defense. I'm excited to see where it takes my game.
Show, I thought it was awesome. My defense confidence improved, and I learned different angles and how to block, and also how to counter too.
My experience with the 𝗙𝗵𝗵𝗵 is comfort, as far as draw the line and stay there, and sizing up the opponent. That's my experience. That's what I like about it.
Comfortable. My defense got way better, and I also can counter. That's my experience with the 𝗙𝗵𝗵𝗵, and I know how to get away from the right hand.
This is the back foot system.
You got a system written down?
It's the encyclopedia of boxing. There's nothing like it on the planet. Nothing.
Hey, thank you for doing that, man.
Yeah.
Because like we said earlier, if there wasn't guys like you that do this stuff would die. You're not gonna see Custom Model come through the door. You're not gonna see Dundee come through the door. You know what I'm saying? Like all these guys. If there wasn't guys like you that do this stuff would die.